pick you up if you slip, girl. I got you. Yes, I do. Ain't nothing to me cause I want to. Ain't nothing to me cause I want to. Now, now, wait, hold up.
Look good, dress clean, and just have a good heart. I ain't into one-nighters, yo, I'm all relationships, but it all just depends on how you move them hips. So meet me at the Marriott, baby, don't trip. Yeah, we'll laugh, tell some jokes, then I'm kissing on the lips. Then I'ma take it off, yeah, I'ma take it off. Damn, that body so smooth, and that skin so soft. And if I
Responsible to Keep It Dago podcast. Right now, I'm talking to Rican, an artist who came from New York, started performing in California, moved his way to San Diego, and now performs in San Diego's urban entertainment industry. He's been making a splash out here. He's been on that new Clubhouse app that's so hot that some people have talked about, and he is doing his thing. Now, I'm not going to continue to tell you about him. I'm going to let Rican tell you about Rican. Rican, say what's up to the people of Dago.
What's up, San Diego? What's up, San Diego? It's a pleasure to be on Keep It Dago podcast. You know what I mean? I appreciate the love. Yeah, my name is Rican. I'm an artist. I got an album called Rican the Last King. It's available on all major platforms. We also on Clubhouse, the Birdhouse. You know what I mean? I've been in the industry for a minute. You know what I mean? I got a new song with Mitchie Slick from Diego, Compton AV from Compton called Westside that we drop in. Also got a song Battle Cat, OG DJ Battle Cat, producer for Snoop, Ice Cube, you know what I mean? Nipsey Hussle, you name it, OG Battle Cat. So yeah, we're dropping a new EP this summer, June, and I'm happy to talk about it on Keep It Dago podcast.
Okay, so let us know what inspired this new project that you're working on. Tell us about the project a little bit. Let's get into that.
Man, what inspires me is that I've always been an artist. You know what I mean? I used to be a b-boy, breakdance. I used to DJ. My family's been in the music. My dad used to sing with the Commodores. You know, my cousin's Mace from De La Soul. So I've been in the industry. I grew up in the industry. You know what I mean? I was like 10 years old when we did their first album, Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. I was as a kid in the basement watching them do that whole album. So, you know, my mom used to date one of those cats. She moved to California because she was an inspiring model. And, you know, I lived in Hollywood and, you know, I just jumped in the studio, started doing songs, started doing shows. And then my dad's retired Sergeant Major from Camp Pendleton. So that's how I ended up in Oceanside because the Camp Pendleton base is right here. And he was, you know, he retired from the base right here. So now I'm in Oceanside, living out here, you know, just trying to push my music. I'm up the coast, you know, from the Bay Area all the way down to San Diego. You know, I'll be in New York to just hitting those coasts and, you know, putting the music out.
So you're all over the place with this thing, and you are on that Clubhouse app too. That's huge. Some of the people who you're working with are prolific people from some of every place, it sounds like. And then the family connection, that was a Public Enemy that you're talking about, that you were around for that album being made, right? Nation of Millions?
Yeah, Public Enemy, you know, Flavor Flav with the big watch. Yeah, Public Enemy. Chuck D, Fight the Power.
Okay. So you have a story, you have a story upbringing as far as being in the entertainment industry, period.
Yeah, you know, like before the pandemic hit, you know, I was getting radio station play on Power 106. You know, we had a Latin hip hop show. They were mixing my music in there. So yeah, you know, we were planning on doing big things, trying to, you know, get the music shut down. Thank God for the Clubhouse app because we networking on there now. And, you know, for podcasts like yourself, Keep It Diego, that's helping support, you know, artists like myself, you know what I mean, to help us get our music out there and let us be heard, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And I did notice that you got some real heat. You got a nice video out as we're playing some of it to start this interview. You're doing some pretty big things. In addition to the music, what else are you doing?
man, and to the addition to the music, man, I'm a father. I got a 13-year-old boy, an 11-year-old boy. So, I'm a dad. I got to make sure that they're on top of their school, on the sports, making sure they're straight. And man, I'm just a father taking care of my kids. You know what I mean? I work, my full-time hustle is Citibank. I work at Citibank. I do loans, mortgages, and stuff like that. That's my full-time grind. And the music is just a dream to hopefully, it's not about the fame for me. I just want to put the music out and let people just hear the music and just vibe with the music. You know what I mean? Because I'm already successful with the 9 to 5. You know what I mean? There, but I feel like I have talent, and I feel like people, like my music, and I've always just done it just to do it. So I'm putting it out there.
But you said you're already working where the money reside. But definitely your music
Yeah,
is good.
yeah. It's crazy.
And I think you have more coming for you
I was
with the
gonna say
music.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Go ahead,
It's crazy working at a bank and you counting millions and millions of dollars running it through the machine. You know what I mean? I be running those hundreds through the machine, just looking at all that cash, being like, man, one day I could just imagine like counting this money on my own. So it's that inspires me too, working at the bank, seeing all that money in the vault, being like, there's an opportunity out here to get it. You know what I mean? And when you work at a bank like that, you meet a lot of influential people that come in and you ask them questions like, what do you do? What do you do? And they give you the tips to like, this is what you got to do. You know, music for me is free. It's the branding of the name. I already know we got to get the brand. We got to get the clothing line. It's a business. It's just not the music behind it. So a lot of people think you're just going to put the music out. Music nowadays is free. I'm streaming it for free. It's really about your brand and your image. People want to, you got to sell yourself. So I'm just working on getting the clothing line together along with the music and just tightening up the business to become, an entity in this business. You know what I mean?
And that's why I was asking what else you do, because that's something that's really important nowadays. Is it used to be a person got in music and just off music they made their money. And then it went from selling the music to a lot of the music is available for free, but artists made music off touring and concerts. And now, due to the pandemic and social media, that model is being changed again. And so now you're having to, like you said, come with swag and do different things to have success as an artist. Basically, you're branding yourself as an artist, and your success is being built upon that brand. And I like the
Facts,
fact that
facts,
you have a
facts,
grasp
facts.
of that, and that for any of the young artists that may be listening right now, that they get the opportunity to hear that, that is what's going on in the music game today. It's not the same. It's not even the same music game from 2 years ago. The pandemic came and made
Yeah.
another seismic shift in it. And I see that beast walking
Yeah, it's all about
behind
your,
you,
your
man.
social media.
Huh?
Yeah, he's over here. I said, yeah, he's over here. Hold on, sorry.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's my dog Blue. You know what I mean? I rescued him from the San Diego Humane Society when he was 6 months. You know what I mean? And now let me get him out here since he's acting right now. And now he's a year, a year and 2 months. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, you got you a pit bull, nicest dog ever." Like I bring him to the dog park. He don't like try to bite anybody. He don't do none of that. He's just very calm. You know what I mean? Like he's the man.
He definitely looks like a loving dog. Yeah, just give him. And that's good. The fact that
Yeah,
you
that's
actually rescued
there.
him rather than just going and getting a dog that was already there. You went and rescued the dog. And so you gave a dog that was in distress a home. That's a good story.
Yeah, I fell in love with him, man. I, I saw his picture, and from the time we went to go, because when you go down there, San Diego Humane Society, they try to interview you and put the dog with you around the family and the kids and see how he acts. And from the time he just ran out, just was like on me and licking me and just like I felt like, you know what I mean? Like I felt a connection with them. And crazy thing is when I first had him the first month, because new, he was biting everything and eating stuff up and eating up the couches and like just tearing things up. And I was like, man, that's it. So I took him back. I took him back and then I drove home and then I just felt like sad and my kids were like sad. And then I called the San Diego Humane Society. Like, man, I made a mistake. Can I go get him back? And they're like, well, you better get over here because there's 6 people that are waiting that want this dog. So if you want him, you better come get him. We'll let you take him. If not, we're going to let him go. So then I went and I got him back a second time. And ever since then, I kept him. And now he's cool. He still eats some stuff here, but you know what I mean? He's calming down and he's getting older now. So yeah, it's a blessing to have him.
Right. That's cool. That's a great story. Let me ask you, what is the chief inspiration to your music? And
Man, the main inspiration to my music is just, I was always that guy that would throw parties and DJ and like freestyle and do from dancing to music. And it's just always been for me, it's just been a vibe with me. Like I like, performing, showing up. I've opened up for Run DMC. I performed in front of 10,000 people in Rosarito on the beach. So that feeling, uh, to get out there and perform and to have thousands of people like feeling your music because you're opening up for somebody big, you know, it's a feeling to let me know like I can be that artist. You know what I mean? I can perform in front of 10,000 people and they're gonna get booed off the stage. So knowing that I have that skill, you know what I mean? That's my inspiration because I can show up to any club, any get on stage and I can say hit play and I can rock the music and I'm gonna have the crowd rocking with me. So to me, that's a real artist because some artists,
yeah, you
they
can
like they
basically
call
rock
themselves
any
artists,
venue.
but when they go to the club, like they can't perform. Yeah, they can't perform, they can't, so to be an artist, you got to be able to get up there and rock, grab the mic and throw your hands in the air and get everybody vibing with you. If you can do that, then you're on your way because again, the music is free. It's all about the shows, the venues, and your brand. So I know, not that I know like, oh man, I know I talent. I'm humble enough to know that I can show up to a party, I can rock it, and people they will be entertained. You know what I mean? They're not gonna be or whatever. You know what I mean? I could throw on a DMX beat and you know what I mean, Kendrick Lamar beat, and I could rap over those beats. It's just something that's in me. You know what I mean? That I just love to do. It's
So
just
you're
a
not just
hobby
a
to me. You
rapper.
know what I mean? Because I have the full-time grind.
You're not just a rapper
No, no,
or
I'm not.
a musician.
I
You're an
consider
entertainer.
myself exactly.
And that's what you have to be.
I
You
can
have to be
entertain,
an
you know what I mean? I
entertainer
I
nowadays.
I, I can do comedy. Yo negro represent the island que quieras aquí conmigo. It's all about my raza. I'm in Diego, kicking it, chilling. Everybody knows. Damn, I had the feeling. Smoking on that with blue rocking. People don't know I'm nonstop hip hopping. Everyday Diego, San Diego rocking. Pop it, stop it, nigga, it's hip hopping. Here we go again, I'm in Oceanside riding, cruising down the beach by the east side, west side. Here we go. Mad flows are endo, yo. I'ma kick it now. I see I go by the name of the Master C, because there is no MC that can handle me. See, the M is for the man, that's in me. The A is for the ability that I need. The SS and the T is for the tongue, the girlies get. E is for the excitement that I create. The R is for the romance I donate. The C is just because I'm so cool. Make any MC look like a fool. Keep it Diego.
There you go. There you go. That's a little heat for my man Rican. Just to let y'all know that he's real about this. Now, speaking of Dago, I'm gonna ask you a question. You came from New York, which is the biggest city in the United States, and you came out here to San Diego, which is the 8th largest city, but additionally, like the 6th largest county in the United States. It's top 10 city, top 10 county in the United States. What are some of the differences operating in those two entertainment industries? I know they're huge, but from your perspective.
Man, the East Coast is just a whole different vibe from the people. You know, you go to the East Coast, you get in the elevator, you got 20 people in close on you, and it's normal. You walking down the street, you got you walking down the street, you got thousands of people, you know what I mean? And from the hip hop, it's just different from the beats, the way they rhyme. You know, West Coast is more, you know, it's like compared to like who's a New York rapper I can compare Snoop to. It's like Wu-Tang Clan, you know what I mean? It's they're just different vibes. It's the East Coast to the West, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The beats are different, the rhymes are different, the way we dress, the way we you know collaborate, the way we talk about our stuff. It's just different. They'd be like, "Yo, son," and all this, you know, and we'd be like, "Yo," on some different, bro, you know. So it's just different vibes, man. Even from like Chicago to Florida, you know, it's just different. But the music all comes together because you could tell an East Coast rapper, you could tell a West Coast rapper, you could tell a down South rapper, you could tell a Texas Scrooge rapper. One thing you know is when you know the lyrics are coming together and the music is there, you know, that makes the hit records. But the difference between the East and the West is just, you know, the vibe, it's the style, the way we talk, the way we dress, how we chill, you know what I'm saying? It's just different.
And now the reason I ask you that is because I see a little bit of both in you. And so I want to know, how has moving to the West Coast influenced your style of music?
Man, I think being being originally from New York, you know what I mean? I have that in me. It intertwines with my music. And when you hear my music, I reference like New York. I reference East Coast stuff. I reference things that only people in New York will know. And they'll be on the West and be like, dude, what are you talking about? And they'll be like, oh man, I'm talking about when I was in New York. You know what I mean?
Right,
They'll be
right.
like, oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, it's the vibe.
What I'm asking is, has being on the West Coast, it had to shape your music in some way? It had to change, maybe not change, but just shape it different. Even if you just rap about things from the West Coast, I'd like to know, like, did it did it shape it in any way? I mean, or you still think it's just true to East Coast form rapping for you?
Oh no, I'm definitely a West Coast rapper. You know what I mean? Because when I grew up over here from high school, so I grew up with Too Short. You know what I mean? Tupac. You know, the Bay Area rappers, E40. You know what I mean? So I'm more on that on the West Coast vibe because what I talk about palm. I talk about lowriders. I talk about carne asada tacos. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about skyscrapers and like New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
and that's
talking
why I
about the
asked, because I
beach. I'm
wanted to
talking about
know.
Oceanside. You know, I'm
I wanted to know, were you a East Coast rapper with some West Coast flavor, or a West Coast rapper with East Coast flavor? And I think you answered that. You're basically a West Coast rapper with East Coast flavor. It sounds
basically,
like.
yeah.
Would that be
You know
accurate
what I
or
mean?
kind
Like
of?
I got a single called. No, that's accurate. That's definitely accurate. I've been on the West Coast for a minute, even though I was born on the East, but now I'm certified West. You know what I mean?
Certified? There you go. I like that. You're doing some big things with some good people. Uh, you said Mitchy Slick, Battle Cat. So you're making your rounds on the West Coast. You're doing your thing out here.
Yeah, I also got a new video dropping with Cuban Link. You know, Cuban Link, ex Terror Squad from Big Pun. I shot a
Okay.
video in New York with him, so I went back to New York to you know to get with my family over there. So I got the East Coast stuff too. You know what I mean? So when they see that video drop with Link, it's called All I Need. We're in the Bronx in New York with a bunch of New York people. Like the videos was sick. It's like one of the sickest videos that I've done. But I went because that was where I'm from originally, and I was able to get blessed with Cuban Link to show me some love. So to be in the Bronx, you know what I mean, shooting a video with Cuban Link, you know, it just brought me back to just showing like you don't ever forget where you from. And when you from, like they embrace that. They see me over here in Cali doing big things. And you from New York originally, we know your family. Like you gotta come over here and show us some love, or else they'll be upset with you. So my album has the West to just show both sides of, you know, where was I originally from and where I'm at now. And I think both coasts are gonna embrace it.
Okay, coast to coast, coast to coast. Embrace my man Rican, man. He's doing his thing. He is getting it in. Can you? And I'm gonna ask this. You can say no if you want, but I'm gonna ask you. Can you drop a few bars of something you're working over, of something that we can expect to come out, something that hasn't came out yet? Maybe another little freestyle. But I just feel like we need to get a couple more bars from you before you go, man.
All right, let me see. I'm high like a bird, let me fly like a jet. Boricua Island, Jamaica, that it gets. Up in the club with my tank top rip. Drinking so much, next thing I got sick. Back in the club with another fine chick. Shaking her ass, I've hit a bass, how it click. If you can't get in, yo, bummer shit. Hard time to the streets, yo, I run this shit.
That was nice, though. That was nice. That's something on the way, huh? That was nice. That was nice.
Yeah. You know, I now you know, I write. You know what I mean? I get on paper, I write, I think about what I'm gonna say, and I try to come with a story. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really like a freestyle rapper that just raps over beats that doesn't have anything to say. My message is either gonna be about family, it's gonna be about chilling, barbecuing, or it's gonna be about like partying. You know what I mean? I got a lot of party dance vibes. You know what I mean? So, and I got a little reggae Spanish mix in there too.
The reggaeton?
Little reggaeton. No. Yeah, I got.
Yeah, that's cool. I like reggaeton.
I got some reggaeton too on my album.
Okay. So they can expect a lot from you. They can expect some East Coast flavor, some West Coast flavor. They're gonna hear some Spanish rapping, some Spanish hip hop, some reggaeton. They're just gonna get an all around 360 guy dealing with you, and a complete entertainer.
All of that. Yes, sir.
Okay. That sounds like they could really look to you for something, and definitely a dog lover too. For those of you who love pit bulls and bullies, my man is with you, young Rican. So we're coming to the end of the show. I'm gonna ask you, is there anything that we haven't touched base on that you may want people to know about you that they don't know?
Man, follow me on social media. Instagram is The Last King David. I'm on Twitter. It's Rican Worldwide. Clubhouse is Rican Worldwide. You know, I mod 3 rooms. It'd be pretty deep, and we be having a lot of famous people drop in. I had Tyrese in there the other day. I got a chance to spoke with him. I had Kid Frost in there, Ray J. You know, a lot of people. I've been blessed to start up these rooms, and celebrities just hopping out of nowhere. Snoop hopped in there and was like, yo, like talking on my platform. So, you know, it's a grind. Everybody's, you know, trying to grind and trying to do it. And you just never know how God's going to bless you, who's going to jump in your room. And the Clubhouse now is because years ago, we didn't have those type of outlets. You know what I mean? We had to go in the street, shake hands, bang on radio station doors, make phone calls, beg people to play your stuff. And now there's an app on Clubhouse that we can just, you know, connect with everybody.
As a matter of fact, the Clubhouse app is what I was connected to you through. Somebody who knew you from Clubhouse was like, you got to check this dude out. And so Clubhouse is moving the crowd, definitely. It's definitely moving the crowd.
Yeah, I wanted to say thank you because they did reach out to me on Clubhouse and they sent me a message. They said, you know, you want to get on this podcast? And I was like, usually they hit you with, you want to get on the podcast, they want $100, they want $200. For them to just be like, hey, we're going to show you some love. It ain't going to cost you nothing. Just come represent for Diego. That's a blessing. So I really appreciate it.
Right. And that's really cool. It's really cool. I like to put people that are operating out here in San Diego's urban entertainment industry out there. I like people to know that we do have an industry out here. It's really starting to blossom like now. This is the moment for San Diego's urban entertainment industry. Prior to now, I would say we had an industry, but we didn't really have one. Now we have one that's starting to get noticed by people from all over the place. They're starting to say they have something down there in Dago. You're down here, so you can kind of see how it's going. What has it been like for you operating out here, just doing stuff in San Diego County and the San Diego area?
Man, I've always known San Diego's had talent. I used to, before COVID, I was booking artists to go to the Belly Up in Solana Beach. So it was mostly reggae artists, you know what I mean? So a lot of reggae artists come all across the world. But when we have reggae artists come like that, a lot of artists from Diego, we like reggae music. So they show up to the Belly Up and you be meeting all types of artists that you never even knew. You know, they got songs, they got heat, they got videos, but you know, we just not out yet because, you know, most artists, when they come out of California, even though they might be from San Diego, they'll be like, I'm from LA. You know what I mean? To say I'm from LA, to get that clout, you know what I mean? And then Mitchie Slick was the first one to be like, nah, I'm from Dago, Daygo. And I think he's the founder that basically set, you know, Dago off. And then we got Desi Hollow from Oceanside, you know what I mean? Little Rob also was from Diego, but there's a lot of artists out here. We're getting opportunity to tap in, you know, because of social media, and we don't have to say we're from LA or, you know, I'm from Long Beach. We can say they're from Diego because people know Diego now.
Yeah, and that's the big difference now is that Dago is a known entity in the entertainment industry now. And so by it becoming known now, the industry is starting to grow, it's starting to catch on. When you say you're from Dago, it affords you some clout. You don't have to say you're from someplace else or just say I'm from California. You can say I'm from Dago, and it's like, oh, okay. It's a big deal, you know? So I appreciate that. So
yeah.
Now we're coming to the end of the show, and you know how we wrap it up. Keep grinding, keep it real.
Okay.
Always.
Keep it Dago. Daygo, you know?
I'll always love you. Hey, what's happening? It's been a minute. You're looking good. How's the family and how you living? Sometimes I get the urge to call, but I say forget it. Forget it. So why we let go? Everything is good with me. I can't complain. New deals, new wheels. A lot of things have changed, but seeing you makes me wanna rekindle with no flame. What's up, ma? So why we let go? And even though it's been